Myths and legends. Things that chill our bones and tickle our curiosity. Reality, or just something we inherited through history. Are you ready to find out about something new? Our first creature of the year is lesser known to the general public, but at the same time we found a mention of it in almost every part of inner Croatia. So we gathered as much information as we could, and even found some mentions of Slota amongst the older local population. As always, let's start with the basics. So, what is Slota? Well, it is a nocturnal, supernatural creature. Although there are mentions of it being a metamorphic being, often appearing as a pig or a chicken, Slota is mostly described as a grey, tall figure that is walking on two cow-like feet. It is said to be extremely silent and could mostly be found in farms or amongst animals. Slota was blamed for the epidemics amongst both humans and animals. In some parts, Slota is even linked to the plague and blamed to have caused devastating nature fires. If a farmer would find a dead animal in the morning, Slota was mostly blamed for that. Today we would blame wolves, foxes or other predators, but in the past, people loved to blame something supernatural for their misfortune. On the other hand, there are mentions of Slotas attacking humans if they found themselves in their path. One such story can be found in Croatian Zagorje, and it goes like this. Approximately 100 years ago, in a small farming community, something weird started happening. A farmer woke up one morning to find a dead chicken. He was sad, as every animal meant food on the family's table. But he didn't think it was strange, as animals sometimes just died without a probable cause. On the next morning, he found two more dead chickens. They had no feathers missing, no bite wounds, and were just fine the evening before when he closed them in the henhouse, as he was afraid to eat the meat, not knowing what the cause of their death was. He had to bury them. As he was cursing and digging a hole, his neighbor overheard him and came to check what was wrong. To his surprise, his neighbor said that he also had some problems and that three of his chickens and a rooster were dead in the morning, despite them being fine the evening before. Two men agreed to wait until the next day to see if it would happen again. And it did. They found dead animals and went around the neighborhood asking other neighbors if they noticed something. Of course, everyone reported at least one animal dying in their household. So the men decided that a few of them would sleep in the barn to see what was going on. As the next morning came, men who slept in the barn didn't return home. Their families were worried, so they went to look for them. To their shock, all men were dead, covered in black spots and bleeding from their mouths. All except one. The man who survived managed to stay alive only to say that a creature they all thought was an old wives' tale was the cause of their death. Slota, the great headless creature that brings illness. It is said that the Slota visited the village every night until the last animal was dead. After that, when new animals were brought to the household, not a single one died of unnatural causes ever again. It is interesting to mention that a few months back we came across the footage from America, and this Croatian mythological creature is somehow very similar in appearance. So, are Slotas and Nightcrawlers one and the same thing? Who knows? Slota, myth or reality? Can epidemics be blamed on something supernatural? Or is Mother Nature to blame for the catastrophic disease outbursts? It is up to you to decide. And remember, there is always something lurking in the darkness, waiting to make you sick. Hey guys! For the beginning, I'd like to say Happy New Year. I know we are 9 days late, but it still counts, right? I wish you all the best in the new 2020 and hope you will accomplish everything you set your mind to. Be productive, be happy, and be good to one another. So, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do, and like the video, share the video, it really helps a lot. If you like books based on mythology, you can check them out in the link down below. And I'd really like for everyone who knows something about Slota or Nightcrawlers to comment in the comment section below. It's a really interesting topic, and yeah, thank you for listening. This has once again been one of Croatia's myths and legends. My name is Jelena Hrvoj, and I will hear you next week. So, bye guys!